pending financing. Let's dive into that now, shall we? In today's episode of What Can We Learn From, we're taking a look at Elon Musk's recent U-turn in the purchase of Twitter. And what can we, as founders and small business owners, learn from this? Let's dive straight in. Hello, editing me. I was about to put this video out yesterday, but just 13 hours ago, there was a new twist in the story. So here we go, we're back again. Quick recap. Back in April, Elon wanted to buy Twitter for $44 billion. First of all, they resisted, and then they thought, okay, let's do it. Signed a contract, and then Elon wanted to back out. So why did he do this? A few reasons. Analysts speculate that back in April, Elon Musk was feeling really bullish. His Tesla stock was up to £843 per share. And you probably already know that most of his wealth is in his Tesla stock. He also made that offer to Twitter because he has a really clear vision of where he wants to take that company. He wants to turn Twitter into something like WeChat, or the everything app as he calls it. WeChat is a huge social media platform and a payment processor in China. So people can take pictures, pay for things, go shopping, broadcast things. It covers every base, and he wants something like that for us here in the West. After he made that offer in April, the valuations of numerous tech and social media companies plummeted, including his own Tesla stock. Even at the time, speculators were saying that his bid for Twitter, his valuation was way too high. He's getting really cold feet because the price is way too high. He's paying way too much for it. One commentator even said that he should be paying half what he's actually paying for Twitter. Then in May, when Elon Musk was at a tech conference, Bloomberg reported that a deal was not out of the question at a lower price. So it really looks as if Elon Musk is trying to get out of this deal purely because he's paying too much. He's getting complete buyer's remorse. And on top of this, Twitter is losing money in April 2021. They had lost $221 million that financial year. And so these are the reasons that analysts suggest that he's getting really cold feet about this deal. This is not what Elon Musk has said. He said that there was a clear material breach and that Twitter have basically lied about the numbers of spam bots and fake profiles on Twitter. Interestingly, a lot of speculators would kind of feel that this is just a quarrel that he's made up with Twitter. The real reason is that he's worried about the price. When you are selling your own company, a buyer does a huge amount of due diligence. There's a huge team of people looking at everything, going back years. This is the information that he could have demanded before ever signing the contract. So it's interesting that he's using that kind of slant on it. So what happened after Elon backed out of this deal? Twitter sued him to go ahead with the deal. And before actually going to court, Elon has now done a huge U-turn and said, okay, I'll buy Twitter, fine. So what can we learn from this? If you're a founder and you're almost in a comparatively similar situation, say you own your own startup and a larger organization or a high net worth individual says they'll buy it, then you sign the contract and then they back out. What could you do if this was happening to you? Let's learn from Twitter. Twitter are a publicly traded company, so it's not surprising that they have a huge legal team that are able to manage a large merger and acquisition of this nature. If you're a smaller business owner or a startup, you may be tempted to just go with the law firm that you already work with on a number of day-to-day legal issues. But actually, if you are a founder, you should be working with an M&A firm that have very specific experience on deals of this nature. Because Twitter are so able to heavily rely on the contract that they have in place, it's so watertight, they are comfortable with suing Elon Musk and taking him to court to fight for the money that they have been promised. So let's dive into the consequences of taking a larger organization or a buyer that's reneged on their deal to court. Primarily, it's expensive. It's a huge distraction, not just from the day-to-day running of your own organization, but then building a vision of the company going forward. It's not just a distraction for the staff, but everyone interacting with the brand. You don't want people to think, oh, aren't they having like this legal battle? What's going on with that? You want people to think, oh, they're doing this really cool thing, they're innovating, they're providing this amazing service, great customer service. You don't want people to have this noise about you in the background. It's not just about the trial. Before going to trial, there's a huge process of discovery. Thousands of personal emails, documents, messages, pictures are going to go into the public domain, and you would have to be very comfortable with potentially airing dirty laundry in the public. Once it's out there, it's out there. Just this summer, we were watching Johnny Depp and Amber Heard, the poo on the bed. The poo on the bed is there forever. Amber Heard, I think of a poo on the bed. It's just, who is going to want Amber Heard as an ambassador? I mean, she did loads of different things, but who's going to want an ambassador for a fashion company, a makeup company, like a hair product company, with a poo on the bed on the brain? No one. And so if you're the founder of a startup and you're mentally readying yourself for this legal battle, you would have to be prepared for everything to go into the public domain. Parag, the CEO of Twitter, was explaining to Elon Musk with private messages as to why the tweets are distracting. And then Elon Musk came back to him and said, "What have you done this week?" And that would be like, I'd just be so embarrassed if someone asked me that. What have I done this week? I don't know, made a YouTube video, had a nice coffee this morning, went for a gentle walk, headed to the gym. Do you know what I mean? This is embarrassing. The final thing we can learn from this entire debacle is that Twitter are not going to back down on price. They're not here to negotiate. Some commentators are speculating that because Elon Musk is so irritated about this price, he's using this as a bargaining tool to step back away from the deal in the hopes that Twitter would come forward with a different deal, a different number. But that's not what they're doing. You offered 44 billion. Fuck you, pay me. Fast forward to literally yesterday, Elon Musk's legal team have shown him that there's a very slim chance that he will be successful in court. So he's come forward and asked for the legal proceedings to be delayed because he's happy to go ahead with the deal pending financing. Let's dive into that now, shall we? Even though Elon Musk is a billionaire, most of his wealth is tied up in Tesla stock, and it's not something that he wants to sell. So he's just a regular person here, and he's going to a bank to get a loan to buy Twitter. You know what I mean? And because Elon Musk has said he's happy to go ahead pending the receipt of financing and an end to the legal battle, Twitter are not happy. What is this new provision? What are you actually saying? This isn't what you agreed. You said you were going ahead with or without the financing. So what are you saying now? This is a delaying tactic here. So because you don't want to buy. Twitter have now said that Elon Musk hasn't even applied for the financing. Let's read the latest on what exactly is happening. Twitter said it was opposed to suspending litigation, calling such a move an invitation for further delay and mischief. Twitter said that they do not trust Elon's promises, noting that a bank that testified this week that was going to be helping to finance the deal has said that they haven't received any news, no notifications from Elon that this deal is going ahead. So it's interesting, there's loads of twists and turns. I feel that we can learn a great deal about the debacle and how Twitter are handling it for themselves and for their shareholders, and how we potentially as founders and startup owners could deal with a situation like this if we were ever faced with an unpredictable, high net worth individual that suddenly just wanted to take over our company and then suddenly back out of it at the last minute. Every week, I also interview multimillionaires on how they got so rich and how you can too, especially founders that have set up businesses with no money. So guys, I hope you enjoy this video. Please do feel free to subscribe to my updates, and I'm going to see you very soon on another episode of What Can We Learn From? Bye for now. Hello guys, I just had another very interesting thought as I was editing this video. What's fascinating is that we're seeing this play out in public. When a buyer ordinarily purchases a company or wants to purchase a company, there are so many NDAs, it's so private that often you're actually not able to talk about it if the deal is kind of starts getting going and is in process. But what's fascinating is that we're seeing this all playing out in front of us, and we're also getting an insight into how hard it is to actually sell a company. Twitter is a huge organization, everyone has heard of it, and even they, at this level and at this scale, are having difficulties with a buyer. It's not someone just swooping in and buying it and it's all smooth sailing. We're seeing all the ins and outs and all the horrible things that can go wrong, especially in the public domain. It really does give us a fascinating background into what founders can go through when they actually make the decision to sell, because it must be absolutely purely hellish for the founders and the shareholders who are having to experience this. Just the day-to-day, not being able to sleep at night, not knowing what's going to happen, how long this court case is going to drag on for, what else is going to come out in the public domain, what they're going to have to try and hide. It's just tabloid, but it also kind of should reassure you that it's going to be hellish when you do sell your company. And something that someone told me is that whatever you decide, you'll always regret. So I wonder if they are regretting. I don't know. It's just really interesting, and I thought I would just add that little interesting bit in. We're seeing something that's ordinarily very private. We're seeing it play out in the public, and it's just fascinating seeing that. So guys, I'm going to love you and leave you. See you very soon on another installment of What Can We Learn From? Bye for now.